Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Wednesday, the 12th of August. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own shots. I'm not here to shoot trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at chartingthemarkets.substack.com. It's published on YouTube after a delay of 24 hours. All right, great. Let's have a look at the Fs, where we had a weak sell signal fixed a couple of days ago. That made target. NQ made the possible near miss target, and I'll sign that off as soon as we see an hourly close above the 70 level. What are we doing here? One way or another, this is likely to be a bullish consolidation. Either we retest the high immediately, and this is currently a triangle, or we go down lower and then retest the high, and it's a flag. But those are the two likely options. Exactly the same on NQ. RTY has already retested the high. YM is already a flag because we've seen a lower low yesterday. This has most definitely been the weakest this week, from basically the weakest after this high. So we shall see how it goes. On DAX, that reached the possible near miss target, and I've signed it off because it got back to the 70 level. This is back at the highs. ESTX is already pretty much back at the highs. Nikkei may break up today. I've got this head and shoulders here, and here it is already breaking up, but it's not broken up on the RTH chart yet, so I'll be watching for that, but I wouldn't be surprised to lose this pattern today. It's pretty close to failing. So if we see more upside on the US equities, we may well lose that one. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. And looking at SO is a long way from failing. And if we go up and retest the highs on all-time high on SPX and on the Qs, we may well find this still survives and then plays out afterwards. Watching that with great interest. Tesla has actually been rallying a bit, which just goes to show that you can put lipstick on a pig. So we're back up, testing the daily middle band, but the channel here, which was the possible bull flag channel I was watching, failed. In terms of ES, I was writing a week ago and saying that we were likely to be consolidating for a week while the middle bands turned up and while the outer bands expanded, and that's what we've done. So if we are going to go higher, we've created enough space to do that easily enough. In terms of resistance overhead, I'm wondering about this trend line here, which is in about the 78.15 area, I think, on SPX. On Qs, we've got a 15-minute buy signal fixed on the RSI 5 and the RSI 14 on SPX, and we've got the same on the Qs. Those are modestly bullish, but they may, of course, make target at the open this morning. In terms of the Qs daily chart, consolidation holding above the 50 DMA. So if the diamond top here is going to fail, then that would result in a retest of the high here at 74788. But the main thing I'm watching here is the possible bull flag resistance here, which I've got currently in about 740 area. If that breaks, then I'll be expecting to see a retest of the high. In terms of Dia, Dia has been consolidated sideways. This has been the weakest off the low, may retest the high anyway. Bigger picture, this is the trend line that I was looking at and thinking that we might touch that. And you can see here, that actually was perfectly touched at the high last Friday. So that is interesting because it's suggesting that regardless of what else is happening, we may well be seeing a high form here on Dia. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture on IWM. So, all right, IWM kicking around sideways, no divergence, but we could, as with a couple of other of these, set up some RSI 5 divergence and some hourly divergence. Not hourly divergence on this one, just daily, but on a retest of the high. In terms of the pattern here, this is a nice looking double top here now. We went back, we retested the high, we could retest it again, but currently this is a really nice looking potential double top. Nothing to say on the 15-minute chart apart from yet another view of a very nice looking double top. DAX is back at the highs and at some trendline resistance, which may or may not hold. On Nikkei, I've drawn in the line here where this where the head and shoulders would fail, and we're not there yet, but we're not far away. So it's holding the 50 DMA as resistance at the moment. All right, let's have a look at DX. DX, we've got nice looking double bottom here. Might well break up. I would say that on the daily RSI 5, a buy signal has now fixed. This is suggesting this double bottom might have a shot and take us up into target area, which would be in about the 100.6 area, I think. In terms of the other currencies, USD kind of looks like a double top. GBP/USD very close to a retest of this high. Bit too high to make this the second high of a double top. USD/JPY. We've got a very nice looking bear flag here, and my lean would be to see a retest this low, but the sell signal fixed last night has already made target. USD CAD looks like a bull flag forming. Australian dollar looks like a bear flag forming. NZUSD, this looks like a bullish consolidation, and I would note that we've got an IHS target up in the 59.63 area. All right, looking at oil. This was a break back over the daily middle band yesterday, broken and confirmed on coil, on Brent, WTIC, and heating oil, but not yet on gas oil. This is also potential flag breaking up with a targeted retest this high, and I was talking on the bigger picture video, which I had to cancel because I hadn't actually shown any charts, and I'll re-record it, but I was talking there about the possibility if we're looking at an A, B, C from the low, then Brent would have a target in about the 110 area if A equaled C, and WTIC would have a target in about the 100 area. As ever, there's a massive confusion and contradictions on the news from the war, but certainly the Iranians don't seem that keen to talk at the moment. CL, the same. HO has got back up and retested the highs already. RBOB is still back below the daily middle band and waiting to see if it'll break above. And NG has actually got a little level bottom here, which has broken up with the target in the 2.96 to 3.01 area. Looking at GC, we've got here with the daily RSI 14 bicycle has now reached a possible near miss target, but we've got a breakup over the double bottom with a target in the 48.35 to 49.25 range. SI had already broken up with a target in the 71 to 72.5 range. Palladium has broken up with a target in the 15.72 to 16.10 range. Nothing in terms of a reversal pattern on platinum at the moment, and HG I'm wondering about a double top here because this high hasn't been retested on the futures, but it has been retested on the spot chart. All right, let's have a look at the other commodities. KC looks as though, well, likely bullish consolidation, maybe breaking up towards a retest of this high. SB is continuing higher at the moment. CC, I think this is a bullish consolidation for a retest of this high. Lumber. This is a consolidation and possible bear flag forming after a big move down, and then I'm going to be watching the main rising support, which I've got in the 530 area. Break below that has a possible target down at about the 350 area. Looking at CT, this is going higher, hasn't actually made a higher high over this high on the spot chart yet, but probably going to see a retest of that soon. CW, wondering about a bull flag. Corn, wondering about a bull flag. Soy, wondering about a bull flag. And CL, I'm wondering about basically a consolidation before this moves up to retest the obvious next target at this high in about the 74.55 to 74.6 area. Live cattle, we've got a little level bottom which is broken up with a target in the 231.6 area, and a much larger head and shoulders which is broken down with a target in the 204.45 area, leaning towards the downside. HE, we had an IHS, it broke up here, it failed, and that's got a target at a possible retest this low here down at about the 79.5 area, and I'm leaning towards seeing that unless we see strong evidence to the contrary. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions, of which we have none, I think. No questions. In that case, I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, cheers.